Moving tips come in handy when you plan on relocating, and when you want to talk to the pros, you need to come here to Whitespace. They're experts at moving with ease, and today they're going to show us a few moving tips that makes your next move as stress-free as possible. I'm hitting the road, searching for answers, and finding great design. It's a quest for beauty, function, and of course, inspiration. So then, what do you have to do when you move?
Well, there's a process. And
I guess to make it smooth moving.
To make it smooth, I would say, first of all, you want to start with plenty of time. Give yourself about an 8-week timeline. And 8 weeks out, you want to purge. Purge everything that you're through with and donate it. And you want to process those donations so that you get a nice tax write-off for it. And there's a process by which that happens. Then you want to begin to interview movers. And you want to
interview the mover?
Oh, absolutely. You've got to have a reputable mover, because I don't know if you recall, 3 or 4 years ago, ABC was doing a series on their nightly news program about moving scams. And at the time, it's not the norm, but there certainly are companies that will take advantage of you in the moving process. They will lowball your estimate and then give you the final bill, and you have to pay the bill before they'll let your things off the truck. And that bill could be 2 or 3 times what they've quoted. So you absolutely have to interview movers. Get 3 bids, talk to your friends, find out who they recommend, who they use, check the Better Business Bureau or Angie's List, but get a good reputable mover. And then interview them. Have them come in, they're going to do a quote for the house. And then you want to compare the quotes side by side. And then you want to let the movers pack you. Do not...
The movers pack you?
Yes, let the movers...
You don't pack the delicate stuff?
That would be against my best counsel to tell you to pack the breakables. And people often make that mistake. They think, well, if I pack it, it'll be safe. But packers are professionals. They're going to charge you a minimum hourly fee, and they're going to pack so much faster than you could yourself. And the key point is movers will only insure what they pack. So if they didn't pack it and it arrives broken on the other end, they're not going to insure it.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
So
that is important.
If you pack anything yourself, pack books, pack clothes, pack things that are not breakable, but let the movers pack the breakables. So if you are trying to economize on the cost of a move, because moving is an expensive proposition. So if you want to economize, pack the things that are not breakable, or they have the least value to you.
If you have the mover do everything, then what do you have to do in the move? Do you just get to sit back? Because that sounds like a pretty good deal if you just get to sit back and have them do everything.
Moving is one of the top 4 stressors in life after death, birth, marriage, and divorce. So, you know, people...
Well, then what's your role after you have the mover?
After supervise. Or I should say, you want to observe, not supervise. When the movers are packing, you want to make sure that they don't inflate the box count by using too much packing material. You want to have created a spreadsheet for yourself of where your possessions are going to go into the new home, so that you can share that with the movers and they only deliver things once, and you don't have this mad shuttling process going on in the house. You also want to zone your possessions according to where they're going to go into the new home. The things that are going to go in the kitchen, you want to gather those all together into the room where they're going to be packed, because the movers are going to pack very quickly. They've been known to pack trash, wallets, car keys, and boxes have to be opened, and those have to be searched for if in fact they do get packed. So you want to zone all the possessions together, and you want to set aside the things that you will need to survive for the time period that you will be disrupted, because there is disruption in the move. There is no way not to be disrupted. So you want to pack a bag, and you want to have your jewelry and valuables with you, not with the movers, and you want to have your purse, your wallet, you know, your eyeglasses, your driver's license, whatever, your car keys, all together in one place. And some people even put it in the bathtub and say, don't pack the tub. What's in the tub is staying with me. And that's one way to keep it separate from getting swept up in the packing.
So basically, you want to have maybe a luggage case packed for you, just like with an overnight or 2, because otherwise you won't have the stuff that you need when you get there.
Yes, all the necessities, toiletries, everything. You know, you want to make arrangements for daycare for your children. Maybe there's a family member who'll take the kids for the day. If you have dogs or cats or birds or fish or whatever, what are you going to do with them through the course of the move? We recommend getting them off site, because animals and kids both are susceptible to the stresses of move. So if possible, you know, board the animals and send the kids to Grandma and Grandpa's house. If you're not going to hire movers to unpack or organizers to unpack you, get a group of friends together. You know, make it a very attractive offer, make it fun, and have everyone.
Food's always a good draw.
Pardon?
Food's always a good draw.
Food's
Food
great
brings
draw.
everybody.
Absolutely. I think I used spaghetti dinner once for one of my moves, and we were unpacked in a day. And you want to be prepared in advance. Have carpet knives and trash bags. And as soon as the
Carpet knives?
Carpet knives to slice open the
Where do
boxes.
you find those?
At Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards. Any hardware store has
So they're
carpet
easy to
knives.
find?
Yes. Standard issue carpet knife. Just to slice the boxes open quickly, pull all the packing material out. You want to have lots of heavy-duty black trash bags that the packing paper can go into, flatten out the boxes, and you can probably convince the mover to take most of it with them when they go. On the other end, you want to tell the movers how you'd like to have the moving van loaded. Have them put the furniture in the van first and have the boxes on the back of the van. That way the boxes come off and you can start slicing open the boxes and getting things unpacked and eliminating packing material with them. And the furniture comes off and that just gets dropped into the location where it's going to go.
Now, do you have to, when you get a new space, one of the biggest problems people have is moving all their big furniture in?
Yes.
Is there anything you have to plan for that?
You absolutely do. We've seen sofas suspended underneath elevators. We've seen sub-zero side-by-sides brought in through window frames, and grand pianos are always a challenge. You need to consider the openings of the stairwells, doorways, and the access into and out of a home, and plan ahead for those and be able to tell your mover too what they're going to deal with on the other end. Is it a third floor walk-up? Is it one floor? Are there 6 stairs going up? Is it an elevator building? If it's an elevator building, oftentimes people don't know you have to reserve the elevator in advance. You probably have to pay a deposit to get that elevator, and the building will want to schedule that for you so that it's of greatest convenience to their residents who are already in as well as to your need to move in.
I would have never known you had to schedule an elevator.
You have to schedule an elevator in most high-rises.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So is there anything else you have to know when you're moving that is just like a huge moving tip? Wear comfortable shoes.
Oh, well, definitely you want to wear comfortable shoes. You want to notify the post office that you're moving 4 weeks in advance at least, because the U.S. postal system today doesn't keep up with changes of address very well. And we've had clients who've waited months for their mail. So get that into the post office 4 or 5 weeks in advance. The biggest thing is to allow enough time to sit down and really think about all the details of what's going to happen, because there will be surprises. That's unavoidable. But you want to minimize the surprises and minimize the cost of the surprises. And the only way to do that is by planning.
Check out my website, AskTheDecorator.com, to discover more about this topic, read informative how-to articles, or watch other videos from my trip. You'll find a variety of helpful decorating advice when you stop by.